to Margaret's Thrive Kitchen. Today we're going to make a meal in a jar. This is beef noodle stew, and I've made one up ahead of time because we do this a lot in our house. It's one of our favorites. And what I'm going to do is put it to refreshing, and while it is cooking basically, or refreshing, I will build another one. Now when I do this without being on camera, I have several jars lined up, and I build several at a time. So today, we'll just take this and empty it into our jar, or our bowl. And this has got our meat and vegetables, and we just add water. A very nutritious meal. Now I'm to add boiling water to it, which I've already heated up. Aren't you glad? This is the fastest meal. You can come in anytime you have a meal in a jar and just add your water to it. And in a few minutes you have your meal. Now just stir this so that it can all be refreshed, and I'll stir it once, probably in the middle. I like to get the veggies down inside. Now this recipe is for 2 servings, and of course if you want to cook it for a single person, just cut it in half, and you can put it in a baggie or you can put it in a jar, whatever you like to do. If you're going to be backpacking, or you're going to be carrying it in an RV and you want to put some in a drawer, this works perfect to just put it in a bag, and then you can throw the bag away and not have to deal with jars. But at home you could do it either way, but I like to have a selection of jars of different recipes that I like, and then I just get one and add it. Of course I do the traditional type cooking also, but the meals in a jar is such a quick, fast way to go. So while that is refreshing here, I'm going to start adding the items that I need. We're going to put in a 1/4 cup of celery. The little recipe prints out 4 tablespoons, but that 4 tablespoons is a 1/4 cup. So now we'll do a 1/4 cup of corn. This is the best way to have your veggies. There's no chopping or peeling or slicing, and it's very high nutrition. So I've had a 1/4 cup here of the green beans, so that's 3 things. And now I'll add a 1/4 cup of the shredded beef. I love this shredded beef. If you have any real large pieces in it, I like to break mine up so that it refreshes, and you could just crush it with your fingers or 2 fingers, because it refreshes so much nicer that way. Okay, now we'll have the little beef gravy. It's called Espanole, and that calls for 4 teaspoons. So you can see that if you're making several, you could just go down the row, 4 teaspoons, 4 teaspoons. Makes it very fast. Now, we're going to put in some green peppers, and we're only going to use 2 tablespoons for that. And if you have any real large pieces of green peppers, I like to break them just so there's a little bit in every bite when you go to eat it. 2 tablespoons of chopped onions. The beautiful thing about these onions, there's no crying. Your hands don't smell funny when you chop them, and it's fast. There's no spoilage to any of this. Once you've opened these cans of Thrive Life food, you can put it on your pantry shelf and it lasts a year. So just use what you need. put a lid on it, put it back on the shelf. I want 2 tablespoons of, I want a little more of these. These are diced potatoes. All right, another little stir for it's thickening up. It's nice. And again, I like to press all the green beans and everything down into the liquid to make sure it's going like I want. Now, I've got all the ingredients, and we'll have this recipe down below the video so that you can see it. Now, you may have noticed I haven't added any salt, and that's something that that's for you to decide how much you like. Now, I like to use, we don't use salt. We use very little salt, so I don't put it in. I use ramen noodles, not the spice that comes in the packet, but just the noodle itself, because it refreshes very quickly. And I like to break it up because it's not going to fit in the jar otherwise. And I'll show you what I do because I like it broken up more. So you can see here what we're doing. I lean up against the counter because I don't want it sliding off on the floor. Okay, and there you have it. We'll just slide that into the jar. Now you have your meal. And you can, so just put your lid on it. And I like to have, oh here. I save my little tags when I empty a jar, and I use them again because it tells me how long to let it set on the back and how much hot water to add to it. So, it's looking pretty good. Dish some of this up. This will be supper for us tonight. I'll get a head start before my husband gets involved. This is going to taste great. It always does. You can see the shredded beef. I get to taste it. Mmm. Delicious. And if you put it in to soak, refresh, and you don't get back to it right away and it sits there 8 minutes or 9 minutes, it doesn't hurt anything. It's just good whenever you dip into it. So I hope that you will join us again on Margaret's Thrive Kitchen, and we'll be doing some more cooking in the future. Thank you for watching, and if you would not mind hitting like and subscribe, I'd so appreciate it. Also, we have information below the video, so if you care to order any of Thrive Life's groceries, there's a link there that will get you the wholesale price. Thank you for watching.